Eden Brent here this morning on WNCW. The new album, Getaway Blues. You want to do another song?
Sure, I'd love to. Let's do. We're going to speed it up again. We're going to. This is a kind of a New Orleans sounding thing that is a heck of a lot of fun to play. This is called "Just Because I Love You." Just because I love you, baby, everything will be alright. Just because I love you, baby, we are bound to fuss and fight. I don't need to hear your worn out lies. I can see right through it every damn time. Just because I love you, baby, everything's gonna be alright. Just because I love you, baby, everything will be okay. Just because I love you, baby, I'm obliged to set you straight. You come home, your shirt is wrong side out. I will be determining your whereabouts. Just because I love you, baby, everything's gonna be okay. Let's go back down to New Orleans and dance till the early morning. Let's say les bon temps roulés together. We can do the Mardi Gras forever and ever. Just because I love you, baby, everything will be just fine. And just because I love you, baby, let me lay it on the line. I find a number in your telephone. I'm going to call that number and make myself known. Just because I love you, baby, everything's gonna be just fine. Let's go back down to New Orleans and dance until the early morning. Let's les bon temps roulés together. Yeah, we can do the Mardi Gras forever and ever. Just because I love you, baby, everything's gonna be alright. And just because I love you, baby, I'm prepared to say goodnight. Turn your frown back into a smile. The kissing and the making up makes it worth a while. Just because I love you, baby, everything gonna be alright. Just because I love you, baby, everything'll be alright. Just because I love you, baby, everything'll be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Oh, that's a great one. That's destined to be a new favorite for our Mardi Gras playlist here at WNCW.
Oh, good, good, yeah.
New one from Eden Brent. Did you and your husband Bob co-write that one?
Yeah,
where'd that come from?
This whole album is original material. It's the first vinyl I've made. First time I've recorded in London. It's the first and the first time I've done all original songs. So Bob and I wrote all of the songs on the record. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Now, Bob has never showed up at home with his shirt inside out, has he? That's a great line from that song.
Well, yeah, but not for that reason.
Got it. Had to clarify.
That's right. Oh, goodness.
That's great. The Mardi Gras tradition, you're in Greenville, Mississippi.
That's right.
That's a Gulfport town, is it? Or
We're
along the river?
Yeah, we're on the Mississippi River. It used to be called the towboat capital of the world.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my family was in the boat and barge business, and that's how my dad afforded my out-of-state college tuition.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they hauled primarily fertilizer because we live in an agriculturally based community. The town of Greenville, and we've lost a lot of population. Now there's not as many people in the whole county as there used to be in our town. There's a lot of people have left as things become. Farm equipment and stuff becomes more and more and more. I mean, it's increasingly automated, so you don't need as many people. I guess you need somebody working the computers.
It's kind of like the live music scene, a little
Right.
more automated. Fewer people needed, maybe.
Right. You need more high tech. You need more people to study about computers.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I can barely turn one on. I was really late coming to the scene. A friend of mine started my website. Another friend of mine started my Facebook page. Because they said you can't be a musician without these things. You've got to learn to communicate. It'd be like, 100 years ago, not having a telephone.
Yeah. So you either need to learn how to do a lot of it yourself, which has its merits,
Right.
but also its disadvantages,
Oh,
or
heck yeah.
you got to definitely get others to do it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, I'm learning. I'm still learning about it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to learn about all kind of stuff. Yeah.
I just kind of feel like I just discovered recently that you come from quite a musical family with two other sisters that are in the music world. We love Bronwyn Brent, your younger sister, and her music.
Yes,
it's
you
pretty
do.
different from yours.
It is very, very different. Well, there's a gap between our ages. She's the youngest by
Okay.
far. She's 8 years younger than me. She was the wonderful little surprise, and everybody was delighted to have a little sister. I was very, very delighted to have a little sister. So, and I love her music. My older sister kind of tends toward country, and Bronwyn, even though Bronwyn is only 8 years younger than me, because I went away to college and stuff, she kind of she had new experiences. Of course, I had hand-me-down records, sort of. You wind up listening to what your older siblings listen to. And so my older siblings kind of being more like Beatles, Stones, starting out with that kind of stuff, then the stuff that I listened to was older. And then my parents, even older than that. But Bronwyn wound up discovering newer music, and so her music is, I would say, much fresher, much more kind of cutting edge than mine. I'm sort of looking backward and trying to bring traditional music into the future, and she really is just making music in the future. She's got a wonderful sound. I love her songwriting, and she's got a knack for finding good producers, and and so she's kind of indie folk, I think they call it. And
Right.
my older sister's kind of country, and
What's her name?
Jessica Brent.
Jessica Brent. All
Jessica,
right.
yeah. Jessica doesn't. She lived in Nashville and did she did the scene there for a few years, but she doesn't. She really prefers the songwriting, the kind of quieter music lifestyle. She doesn't care for being on the road and all that. It's, like me and Bronwyn, like.
Yeah.
We kind of more thrive in the live music environment, and Jessica really likes house concerts, and the touring thing is not really what she enjoys. She really enjoys making very, very, very personal relationships and house concerts and playing for her friends or songwriting and that kind of thing.
Do the three of you ever make music together? A little family gathering and such?
Absolutely. That's how we all learned to sing and harmonize together. And, my dad played guitar, and he still loves music a lot, but he doesn't play so much anymore now that he's gotten older. And my mother was a singer. She was a singer in a big band when my parents first married. So,
As in like a big swing band?
yeah, dance. In the 50s, you'd have these these dance bands, and so I'd say 10-piece band or something. She did some singing with a group like that with horns and guitar player and drummer and so forth, bass player. And she was the lead singer in the band, and she knew all the old standard songs, the dance numbers. She knew all that. So we had a lot. Dad was a big Bill Brunsey fan and loved Hank Williams songs too, and so we had an exposure to a whole bunch of different kinds of music. And then I've got a brother who can play the guitar, but he fools around more than really plays anything, and he's a heavy metal fan. So in our household, you have every kind of music coming from every which direction. So
That's great.
Yeah, it's very eclectic.
Yeah.